A deep-sea port named Dawe, Russia enters the Indo-Pacific. Is China worried? The strategic landscape of the Indo-Pacific region has witnessed significant shifts in 2024, marked by intensified competition for control over critical port infrastructure. This video analyzes the ongoing port construction competition, with a focus on the recent developments, as per news reports, in Myanmar's Dawe port project and its broader implications for regional geopolitics involving India, China, and Russia. The analysis encompasses historical context, economic and military cooperation, and strategic interests of the key players, providing a deeper understanding of the intricate dynamics at play. Details for this video has been gathered from various news reports of May 22, 2024, May 20, 2024, May 16, 2024 and 15 May 2024. Hi friend. Welcome back to SciTech Buzz 1 channel. We wish to sincerely thank all the new subscribers of this channel. We have observed that 97% of our returning viewers, more than 18,000 in number, and first-time viewers totaling more than 75,000 in number, haven't subscribed to our channel. If you haven't as yet subscribed, kindly consider doing so, after watching this video, since it would help us reach our first self-set target of 10,000 subscribers and encourage us to do more. Watch this interesting video until the end so that you will not miss out on all the details. Historical context and strategic interests. Indo-Myanmar relations. India's involvement in Myanmar has primarily been driven by economic and strategic interests, reflecting a long-standing historical connection and mutual geopolitical concerns. The development of the Sittwe port under the Kaladan multimodal transport project is a pivotal element of India's strategy to enhance regional connectivity and strengthen its presence in the Bay of Bengal. This project is not merely an economic endeavor but a strategic maneuver aimed at counterbalancing China's growing influence in Myanmar and the broader region. The port serves as a critical link in the International North-South Transport Corridor, (INSTC), facilitating trade routes that connect India to Central Asia and Europe, thus bypassing traditional maritime routes such as Malacca Strait that are susceptible to geopolitical volatility. China-Myanmar relations. China has long been a dominant player in Myanmar's infrastructure development, leveraging its economic clout to secure strategic footholds. The China-Myanmar Economic Corridor, (CMEC), part of the Belt and Road Initiative, (BRI), encompasses significant projects such as the Kyaukphyu deep-sea port. This port is strategically vital for China as it provides direct access to the Indian Ocean, circumventing the congested and strategically sensitive Malacca Strait. The Kyaukphyu port not only enhances China's maritime logistics but also secures a crucial node in its energy supply chain, facilitating the import of oil and gas from the Middle East and Africa directly to mainland China. This strategic positioning underscores China's broader objectives of economic expansion and military influence in the Indo-Pacific. Russia-Myanmar relations. Russia's engagement with Myanmar has historically been less pronounced compared to China and India. However, recent developments indicate a significant shift, with Myanmar increasingly looking to Russia for military and economic support. This pivot is part of Myanmar's broader strategy to diversify its partnerships and reduce over-reliance on China. Russia's involvement is multifaceted, encompassing military cooperation, energy projects, and infrastructure development. This growing relationship signifies Russia's intent to expand its influence in Southeast Asia, aligning with its broader geopolitical strategy of counterbalancing Western influence and gaining strategic assets in key regions. The Dawe Port Project. Strategic importance. The Dawe Port, located in Myanmar's Tanintharyi region on the Andaman Sea, close to the Thailand border, holds immense strategic value. The Thailand border is about only 160 kilometers from Dawe Port. Bangkok, the capital of Thailand, is located at about 350 kilometers distance from it. It serves as a gateway to the Greater Mekong Subregion, GMS, including Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, and China. The port's location enables it to facilitate trade routes that bypass the congested Malacca Strait, thereby enhancing regional connectivity. The Dawe port is poised to become a major transshipment hub, reducing transit times and costs for goods moving between Southeast Asia and global markets. Its development is not just an economic initiative but a strategic endeavor to reshape regional trade dynamics and enhance Myanmar's role in the Indo-Pacific economic architecture. Project specifications. The Dawe port project has a complex history, involving negotiations, delays, and geopolitical considerations. The initial agreement for the Dawe port project dates back to 2008, when Myanmar and Thailand signed a Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, granting Italian Thai Development a 75-year concession to construct the port and attract investment. Another MOU was signed in July 2012, with both countries aiming to complete the project by 2015. However, due to financing challenges and other issues, progress stalled over the years. The Dawe port project envisages a deep-sea port with a capacity of 10 million tons and an oil refinery capable of processing 100,000 barrels per day. The project's scope extends beyond the port itself, encompassing a special economic zone, SEZ, industrial estates, and supporting infrastructure such as highways and railways connecting the port to neighboring countries. This comprehensive development aims to transform Dawe into a major economic hub, driving regional economic integration and boosting Myanmar's economic prospects. Recent developments and Russia's involvement. In recent times, the Myanmar junta has turned to Russia for assistance in reviving the Dawe deep-sea port project. Talks between Myanmar and Russia have begun, with preliminary discussions taking place. The Russian embassy and private Russian companies have expressed interest in the project. The discussions are still at an initial stage, and concrete agreements are yet to be reached. In 2024, Myanmar's ruling junta selected Russia to develop the Dawe port, a decision that has significant geopolitical ramifications. This choice reflects Myanmar's strategy to balance Chinese influence by involving a third-party power, a move that India views favorably. The project includes not only the port but also a special economic zone, SEZ, and an oil refinery, making it a comprehensive economic hub. Russia's involvement in Dawe represents a strategic shift, allowing Myanmar to leverage Russian expertise and investment to bolster its economic infrastructure while simultaneously diluting Chinese dominance. Economic and military cooperation. Indo-Myanmar cooperation. India's involvement in the Sittwe port underscores its commitment to enhancing regional connectivity and strategic depth. This port, built by India, is a crucial component of the International North-South Transport Corridor, INSTC, linking India with Russia and beyond. The INSTC, along with the India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor, MEC, announced at the G20 summit in New Delhi in 2023, aims to create resilient and future-proof trade routes, thereby reducing dependency on volatile maritime choke points. Additionally, India's strategic initiatives in Myanmar include capacity-building programs, infrastructure development, and security cooperation, enhancing its influence in the region. China-Myanmar cooperation. China had previously conducted a feasibility study for the Dawe port. However, China's focus has shifted to the Kyaukphyu port, which is located close to Sittwe port built by India, where it has intensified efforts to develop a deep-sea port and SEZ. This port is integral to China's BRI and the China-Myanmar Economic Corridor Project (CMEC) project. China's strategy is to secure energy supplies and enhance its strategic footprint in the Indian Ocean. It was initially expected to see progress after the military coup in Myanmar in 2021. However, almost 3 years later, progress on CMEC projects has been slow. Despite the challenges faced at Gwadar and along the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor Project, CPEC, in Pakistan, China remains committed to its port development projects to maintain its influence in the region. The Kyaukphyu project involves substantial investments in port infrastructure, industrial zones, and connectivity projects, reinforcing China's economic and strategic ties with Myanmar. A consortium comprising SciTech Construction and CCCC-FHDI won a tender for geotechnical investigation and survey work, while Myanmar Survey Research, MSR, was awarded a tender for environmental and social impact assessment, ESI, for for the construction of the deep-sea port components and a road linking Maid and Ramri Islands. Despite these developments, there has been little hard evidence suggesting that any CMEC projects are moving closer to the construction phase. The original project agreement for the kyaukphyu projects was signed in 2015, valuing the project at $7.3 billion with the SciTech-led consortium holding an 85% stake. However, the civilian government led by Aung San Suu Kyi renegotiated the agreement in 2018, reducing the total cost to $1.3 billion and dropping the Chinese consortium's stake to 70%. Russia-Myanmar cooperation. Russia's growing role in Myanmar includes not only the Dawe port project but also extensive military cooperation. Russia has provided Myanmar with military hardware, including Sukhoi fighter jets and rocket launchers, amounting to significant defense deals. Additionally, Russian private military companies, such as Wagner and Vega Strategic Services, are involved in providing military training, including sniper and drone operations. These military engagements are complemented by economic cooperation, with Russia exploring the provision of small modular reactors, SMRs, to Myanmar, enhancing energy cooperation between the two nations. The opening of the Nuclear Technology Information Center in Yangon in February 2023, supported by Russia's Rosatom, exemplifies the deepening ties in nuclear technology. Geopolitical implications. Impact on India. India perceives the strengthening of Myanmar-Russia ties as a counterbalance to China's influence. The Dawe port, under Russian development, aligns with India's strategic interests in the Bay of Bengal, where it has historically played a security role. India's collaboration with Russia extends to managing strategic assets in the region, including ports and military bases. This strategic alignment enhances India's capacity to project power and secure its maritime interests in the Indo-Pacific, while also fostering economic ties with Myanmar. Impact on China. China's apprehension over Russia's involvement in the Dawe port is rooted in the potential undermining of its projects in Kyaukphyu and the broader regional trade dynamics. China's strategic calculus involves maintaining dominance in Myanmar's infrastructure sector to secure its economic and security interests. The entry of Russia into Myanmar's port sector complicates China's strategic landscape, potentially diluting its influence and introducing new competitive pressures. This development forces China to reassess its strategies and intensify its diplomatic and economic efforts to maintain its foothold in Myanmar. Russia's strategic maneuvering. Russia's entry into Myanmar's port sector signals its intent to expand its influence in Southeast Asia, similar to its strategies in Africa. This move allows Russia to secure strategic assets and enhance its geopolitical footprint in the Indo-Pacific, challenging both Chinese and Indian interests. Russia's involvement in Dawe represents a strategic expansion aimed at diversifying its global influence and securing critical maritime assets. This maneuver is part of Russia's broader geopolitical strategy to establish itself as a key player in major regional contests, leveraging its military and economic capabilities to gain strategic advantages. Conclusion. The competition for port infrastructure in the Indo-Pacific, particularly in Myanmar, highlights the complex interplay of strategic interests among India, China, and Russia. The Dawe port project, with its significant economic and strategic potential, has become a focal point in this geopolitical contest. Myanmar's choice of Russia as a partner reflects its strategy to diversify its alliances and reduce dependency on China, a move that aligns with India's interests but poses challenges for China. The evolving dynamics underscore the importance of strategic infrastructure in shaping regional geopolitics and the necessity for India to maintain robust engagement in its neighborhood to safeguard its strategic interests. The developments in Myanmar exemplify the broader trends of multipolar competition in the Indo-Pacific, where economic projects are intertwined with strategic objectives, reshaping the regional order and influencing global power structures. Stay tuned for further developments on these projects. Do let us know your thoughts on the subject in the comments section. My friend, if you have found any value in this video, then kindly click on like button so that it will be recommended to other like-minded viewers and also as an encouragement to create better quality content. Please share this video amongst your family members, friends, and in your social media network so that this information might benefit others. Don't forget to subscribe to SciTech Buzz 1 channel so that you will not miss out on any of our forthcoming videos. Thank you.